Ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha. It's no big secret that microtransactions and gambling mechanics within AAA games have never been more prevalent than in 2017. Middle-earth Shadow of Wallet Gouging showcased these systems and the direction that the AAA publishers wished to take their games. Star Wars Battlefront 2, which could easily be renamed Star Wars Mobile Monetization Simulator, further reinforced EA's willingness to look at Warner Bros.' actions and scoff while telling WB to hold their beer. Now, these sort of systems rely very much on their multiplayer components to be able to peddle their dopamine-laced microtransactions and loot boxes that are the real target for these AAA developers. It's a system that is so abhorrent and disgusting that I have actually been spending over a week working on a video to detail it all out and to be able to make some predictions on what will happen with microtransactions in general and to discuss what can be done to help combat them. And so far, it's not a pretty picture, but at the same time, it's far from hopeless. And oddly enough, there might still be some AAA games that aren't engaging in the multiplayer loot crate peddling that the other AAA publishers are pushing onto their games. And it comes in the form of Bethesda and the upcoming release of Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, which is slated for release this Friday, the 27th. In a statement made to GameIndustry.biz, Tommy Torsten Bjork confirmed that the new Wolfenstein game would not have a multiplayer component. In the article written by Matthew Handrahan, Torsten Bjork said the following: "The only way we can create these super immersive narrative experiences is if we can solely focus on the single player. Having a multiplayer component in this work process would just dilute it all. That's the danger if you try to do two things at once. We just keep our heads together and focus on making a really good single player game. Doing our thing is what makes the game great." And it is worth noting that none of the Wolfenstein releases since the reboot have come with a multiplayer component, and I personally do not see this as a bad thing for multiple reasons. First is, as Torsten Bjork stated, not having a multiplayer component allows them to more focus on the single-player story, making sure that the game is even more entertaining without diluting effort into multiple different components. Another aspect is that there are so many competitive first-person shooters out in the world, it would be doubtful that Wolfenstein would be able to compete, and I think that they were wise not to. If they did try to tack on a multiplayer module, it would most likely end up feeling like exactly that, tacked on. Focusing on the vision the developers had for the game will make for a better experience for the player, and that is something that I am all for. In fact, I'm actually looking forward to a decent story-driven game, as Mass Effect Andromeda ended up being such a colossal disappointment, Shadow of War just ended up being a microtransaction-fueled insult, and Star Wars Battlefront 2 is stated as having less than an 8-hour story mode campaign, which we'll get into that in another video probably tomorrow. And with this game being completely lacking in a multiplayer system, it makes one wonder what sort of microtransactions will be involved in this title. It's also starting to make me wonder if this game will even have any microtransactions. And if by some miracle it doesn't have any at all, then Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus could be poised to sweep my #1 AAA game of 2017 just by virtue of its lack of industry manipulation. But given Bethesda's fall from grace both in 2016 and 2017, I don't have high hopes for that. Still, I'm encouraged to actually give this game a try, which I was almost certainly going to give it a pass up before today. Either way, considering my continued bashing on every AAA publisher under the sun, it's a guarantee that I will not be receiving a review code from them anytime soon, so I won't be able to take a look at this game until its release date, and I'm actually fine with that. I don't mind paying for the games that I review, as it avoids any potential bias, and it would save me a video thumbing my nose at them if they ever attempted to hold such a thing over my head. You know, I might even break down and stream my first look at the game so we can take a look at the game's monetization practices together. I'll have to decide if you all are capable or willing of being able to handle me on a stream or not. Actually, why not just let me know down in the comments below, and while you're at it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And as per our new completely not fake at all microtransaction system, there is an undisclosed percentage of a chance that something might happen if you subscribe to the channel. If you don't, there's absolutely no chance whatsoever, so you might as well roll the dice. That said, thank you for watching this very brief video. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha, and I'll see you next time.